Hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you a little trick that can make you a lot of money just by implementing it into your trading strategy. It can give you a very high success rate, and with that comes lots of profit, which everyone wants. So what we are talking about is high volume times, that's all. Most pairs, usually USD pairs, they have a high volume time of the New York session. This is the session that has the most money pumped into it. So the volume goes up. So the volatility of the candles will go up. And that is when you get the big movements. We also have the high impact news times. But in this video, we're going to go over the high volume times you get every single day the market is open. And that is what will give you the big trades to give you that big profit at the end of the day. So we're going to go over gold and US 30 because they have slightly different times, and let's go on with it. So let's just go over some big moves. So here we have 15th of September. You have the Asian session comes in, gives you a little bit of volume to the upside. You can see this was a clear bullish day. London session kicks in here. You got a consolidation. That's a good sign for most of the volume to be in the New York session once you get a consolidation. And then you can see the New York session kicked in. We've got a movement down to take the sell side liquidity, and then a nice impulse move to the upside. So once you saw that reversal after taking the sell side liquidity and retesting this support and resistance level, you got into that move to the upside, and that is a 17 to 29. So that is a $12 move to the upside in a short amount of time. So what we're doing here is focusing on the high volume times, because that will give you the most money, the most profit in a short amount of time. And that is what everyone wants. They want that high success rate. They want that high risk to reward and that big paycheck at the end of the month. And this is what this little trick is doing. If you focus on the smaller volume times, then you are wasting your time, because you're going to be sitting there a lot longer for a small amount of moves. Let's go to the next day. Same sort of thing. Asian session starts. Then we got a little movement up here. Then we got London session. You can see we started to pull back, consolidate, and that is going in time with the New York session. And most of the time within the New York session, there will be high impact news. You can see price, the candle started to increase in size. We retested this opening price, take the buy side, sell side liquidity, and then you got that big movement to the upside. So let's just change the color of that candle so we can identify what exactly we are doing. So you just have to wait for the New York session, which is the main New York session will be in UK time between 12 midday and 3-4 p.m. in the afternoon. So you're looking at a 3 to 4 hour window where you will see the move where the volume is going, and that will give you a good entry to get into that move once you see a clear confirmation taking place. So if price takes liquidity or retests a clear support level, then it's likely to be following the reversal from that movement. So you can see here, we took the sell side liquidity, retested this bullish support, and then started the movement up. You can see the next day we had the same sort of thing, retested the opening price, took the sell side liquidity, that is a double bottom, and price took the liquidity from this doji candle and then started the upwards movement. So implementing this into your own trading can make a lot of money, give you a lot of profit, and that's what everyone wants. If you master this time, you can get high risk to reward, and that will give you even more profits to benefit from, because you will be risking small amounts and you will be getting big risk to reward trades, which means the reward, the profit, is a lot bigger than what you're risking. You may take 1 or 2 losses, but the reward will pay for it over time. Going into the next day, you got consolidation day here. Asian session, just a slow movement down. London session kicks in. That gives you the upwards movement to take the buy side liquidity. And then the New York session kicks in and you've got a clear downwards movement. You can see how each of these moves, this one was the smallest. And then you had the London session, which was the same distance for the New York session. So on this day, you have the Asian session as small, London as medium, and the New York as medium too. Now going on to the next day, this is a clear one to show. So what you want to look out for is when you get consolidation with the Asian session. So this one here is the Asian session. Then you go into the London session, and that's also small movement consolidation. That gives you perfect opportunity to get into the New York session for the high volume times. And you can see that was a clear movement to the upside. So all of the volume was in the New York session. And on this day, we also had high impact news. So this was interest rate news. And you can see all the volume was into that too. So two key areas are the New York opening, New York session, and the high impact news. Don't waste your time on the Asian session or the London session, because you're likely to be waiting a lot more and you're likely to be stopped out a lot more, which means a lot more losses and a lot more distance travelled. So focus your time on the New York session and high impact news, and you will have a lot more better trades, successful trades, bigger profits rolling in. So a lot more money to be made. We go over one more day on gold. Next day on gold, you have the Asian session. Once again, you're only focusing on the New York session. Asian session, not much happens. You've got the downwards move followed by a retracement. London session kicks in. You get the start to that downwards move. So most of the volume on this day was in the London opening. So London opening here. You got the downwards move, so that's where all the volume was there. But New York session kicks in and you got that reversal. So on this day it was a reversal, but that reversal gives you more, well, the same amount of profit as it did in the London movement. So you can see there we go. So that reversal is also being supported by this upwards movement. So the New York session is the strongest one. What happens in the New York session is what you want to be listening to. Okay. So there you go. Now we're going to go on to US 30. But let's just zoom out a bit. And you can see, if we go to the hourly chart, you can see how the New York session produced all those good moves you can see on the chart at the moment. It's like you're reading a chart and you're able to get into each prime move. And even if you get a big swing move, it will be coming from the New York session. Okay. So this here is a swing reversal. So we have potential to go down lower after this retracement has been completed. Or that might just be a full reversal to go up. But either way, you saw it within the high impact news or the New York session. And that is between 12 till 3-4 p.m. UK time. So you have a 3-4 hour window. Now let's go to US 30. Here we are. US 30 on the higher time frame. Now this one, UK time, you have the New York stock opening at 2:30. That's 2:30 p.m. UK time. That is when you will have the most volume being put into the market that day. So that is your key area to focus on. I normally like to get to the charts a bit before then. So around 1 p.m. to, let's say, 5 p.m. will be your main trading time for US 30. But the extreme concentrated area would be the New York opening, because with the New York opening, you either get a retest of a key level and a continuation, or you will get a liquidity grab and then a reversal. So let's just go back a bit and we're going to go over that now. Let's just start here. So you can see here, price consolidated, Asian session, same thing. London session kicks in, you get a bit more volatile, and then where is it? 2:30. 2:30 is here. That is here. So this is the New York opening. It came back up, took the sell side liquidity, retested a key level from the left hand side. So you can see how it's retesting the body of these candles. There is also another key level within that, but it's not labelled up on this chart. And then you've got the clear downwards movement from that opening. So you can see how focusing on the London opening, focusing on the New York opening is a key thing to focus on if you want those big moves. This one, you had the interest rate news again, and this is the New York opening on this candle here. So this downwards candle is your New York opening. You can see how it came down, retested support and resistance. So you can have resistance along there. It took the sell side liquidity from this candle. It created more liquidity with a double bottom here and here. So that would be another area to focus on later on. And then continued up. See how with the New York session, they retraced price, got into more buys and continued up. And the only time it turned around is when the high impact news kicked in. So this downwards move started just before the news. You got retracement up, retested the news price, release price, and then you got a continuation down. Going on to the next day, you're only focusing on the New York opening at time and the high impact news time. So what you have here is support and resistance. That is a 4-hour bearish FU, if I'm right. Yeah, here you have 4-hour bearish FU, which continued through the London opening. Bear with. So you can see this is the Asian session. London session gave you that nice push down, slow push down. The New York opening started around here, took liquidity, pushed price up, retested that bearish support, and you got a continuation down. So on this day, you got both. You got a liquidity grab here, which started the upwards movement. Then price retested the support, the bearish support for a continuation down. Going on to the next day, this one's a bit more crazy, but you can see how price takes place. So this is the New York opening. Takes the sell side liquidity, pushed up, and then retest the bearish support, and you can see that continued down. We also got another retest here later on. And you can see how that's continued down going into today. So again, focusing on the New York session is a very good way to increase that profit coming in, increase that money being made, and to increase that success rate that you want within your trading strategy. And that can be done on most pairs. I like to stick to gold and US 30, but the timings and the structure will be slightly different if you go to Forex pairs and other pairs within the industry. Like I said, I stick to these two pairs, slightly different times. One moves after the other one, but most of the time the volume is within the same sort of time. You just see that movement a bit later on in US 30. So I hope that helps. Links are all in the video description. I'll be doing some more videos on this channel, so feel free to subscribe. Have a good day, take care, and goodbye.